We are continuing in our series through Genesis. We're going to go through two chapters today, Genesis 13 and 14. And here's where I want to start off. I want to start off by identifying a moment that most of us will recognize, some of us more than others, or at least more often than others. It's that moment when you're driving in the car and you're minding your own business, just enjoying an afternoon drive, and somebody cuts you off, like aggressively cuts you off. They don't wave, they don't give you a head nod, they don't use a blinker, they don't acknowledge your existence as a human being on planet Earth really in any way. And in that moment, if you're like me, there's just something that rises up in you. It's instinctive. You hit the horn, you say the thing, you give the look. Like, it doesn't matter, your worship playlist is still going off in the background. You've got Brandon Lake serenading you about the goodness of God while you're laying on the horn, and you're not even sure how it happened. Or you could take the high road. The high road is where you let it go. You say a prayer for them. God bless this person. I'm sure they are on their way to donate a kidney to an orphan. I'm sure. Like, there's an explanation for why they did what they just did. I believe that in my heart to be true. That's the high road. The low road is you ride their bumper, you lay on the horn, you give them a wave, but not with the whole hand. Like, in that moment, you have to decide, who am I? Low road or high road? When somebody cuts you off, maybe when you read the comment, when you find out what they said about you or what that person said they said about you, when you see a post about a dinner party that you weren't invited to, but most of your friends were there, when your mother-in-law makes a passive-aggressive comment about your parenting, man, that low road feels pretty good. Seems pretty inviting. And life is full of these moments where there's conflict and disagreement, there's offense, there's tension, and when we take the low road, here's what happens. Our pride, before we even mean for it to happen, has grabbed a hold of the steering wheel. And so, most of us, when that happens, like, we've got these creative ways to feel better about taking the low road. We have things we say to ourselves. Well, I'm just standing up for me. I'm just setting boundaries. I'm not letting people walk all over me, and some of that stuff sounds pretty legitimate, and there's a place for it, but I think a lot of the times those phrases are just like spiritual wrapping paper that we put around our pride and our anger. And so here's what I want you to hear today, that how you handle conflict and offense, how you handle woundedness, somebody does something to you that you didn't deserve, this is the clearest indicator of your spiritual maturity, I believe. It's not what you say you believe. It's not what you sing about what you believe. It is what you do when somebody hurts you. This is a test of spiritual maturity. It is an opportunity for you to show Jesus in a clear way, like suffering, and then when somebody wounds you in some way. These are the moments you know. So in Genesis 13, Abraham has to decide what road he's going to take. Last week, we see Abraham saying yes to God when God calls him. Even though Abraham doesn't know where he's going, he says, yes, I'm going to obey. And God's been blessing him, by the way. Like Abraham, when we catch up to him here in chapter 13, things are going pretty well. He's become wealthy, we read. He's wealthy in livestock and silver and gold. And his nephew Lot has been tagging along. So when Abraham left, Lot went with him. Abraham's family went, Lot's family went. And because Abraham's doing well, Lot's been doing well. And verse 5 says, Lot's also become wealthy. But here's the problem. It's one of those problems that sound nice. It's when you have so much stuff that it creates conflict. They have so much stuff that the land can't support both of them. Verse 7 says their herdsmen are fighting with each other. There's tension in the family. There's friction. There's conflict between Abram and his nephew Lot, between their families and their workers. But here's what I want you to notice as we dig into this. That conflict didn't come from disappointment. It came from blessing. We tend to think that our faith is going to be tested through hardship and difficulties, and it is. But we're often not prepared or perhaps surprised when success and prosperity brings a whole different set of testing. And oftentimes it's in prosperity and success that relational conflict and challenges can really take place. Some of the hardest relational conflicts you'll have to navigate won't come from something going wrong, but from something going right. It's a promotion that makes a friend jealous. It's a growing business that creates tension in a partnership. It's a family that's growing, and that's good. Like that's a blessing, but suddenly the way we do holidays isn't agreed upon anymore. It's a financial windfall that just quietly ends a friendship or divides a sibling relationship. And so Abram and Lot are experiencing conflict in that context in Genesis 13. And Abram's going to show us what it looks like to take a high road when you experience this kind of tension in your relationships.